going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're doing well. Before we get into the Rotherham game, if you could just like the video. If you are new here and you haven't subscribed yet, or you're watching, or you've watched a couple of my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, I would really appreciate it if you could subscribe. It's an absolutely free thing to do, and it just helps in terms of algorithm. Any comments, any questions, any points that you want to make, please leave them down below as well. I really would appreciate that. So nearly at 60 subscribers, and yeah, I'm happy about that. It's nice that people want to listen to me waffle about Leeds United and everything else that goes with it as well. So let's have a little conversation about the game on Friday against Rotherham. Before the game started, I was confident that we should win the game. I was feeling okay about it. I didn't have any sort of worries or concerns. The lineup as well didn't worry me that much in the slightest at all. I thought the lineup was fine. It was all right for the team that we were playing, and that's no disrespect to Rotherham, but we didn't, or we shouldn't have had to put out. We have enough strength in depth and quality in depth to be able to cope with the likes of Rotherham and cope with how they play football, etc., so on and so forth. First half, very good. Fantastic goal by Somerville. He's having the season of his life. My issue is that we didn't put the game to bed, and we started to lose concentration on what we were doing and how we were doing it, and rather than playing sort of like the killer final ball through, we were kind of messing around with it a little bit, and that kind of lack of concentration then cost us at the end of the first half. And they score the goal, their tails are up, and we know how the second half went. The second half, quite honestly, was, well, we brought ourselves down to, and again, I don't mean this with any disrespect, but we brought ourselves down to, or we allowed ourselves to be brought down to the level of Rotherham and how they're playing, and it just made an absolute mess of the game. And that all stems from the goal that Rotherham managed to score in the first half, literally the last kick of the half. It all stems from that goal. I have to say that if they didn't score, I do think we go on and win the game. My issue that I've got is that this is going to sound like I'm really having a go at the team. I'm not, but it's something that I tweeted last night. The problem that, and I've seen it a few times in a few games. I saw it against QPR in particular because I was there. We scored really early on. And it's almost like there's a certain level of arrogance about us, and excuse me, that arrogance or the arrogance that we were playing with, or overconfidence, whatever you want to call it. It's fine to be confident. It's fine to have that belief in yourself. However, you must always, no matter the level of the opposition, you must always respect the opposition that is in front of you. And it's almost like we have this sort of level of arrogance where we find it too easy. That's the only way that I can describe it, and it almost becomes more of a kind of training session, kickabout in the park, something like that. Or that's kind of the feeling that you get, like taking one too many passes, taking one too many touches, dithering on the ball a little bit, and that kind of arrogance leads to complacency, and then that complacency then leads into us conceding goals like we did, and then being brought into a game type. Not that we struggle with. Yeah, we do. Yeah, that we struggle with. And we end up kind of where we are and not being able to put them to bed. We should have been 3-0 up by half-time. 100%. It should have been exactly the same as Huddersfield. Huddersfield's the other game that I noticed it in, quite particularly in the second half, with that kind of arrogance that we had. And again, there's nothing wrong with arrogance and a little bit of swagger. There's nothing wrong with that at all. However, do it with a means to an end, not with a, I'm going to, tippy-tappy this, that, here, there, and everywhere. The Championship is a grizzled league. It's full of very wily characters. The other thing that is annoying, however, I don't think you can put it all onto that, or you can't really say too much about it, was Peltier's challenge on Dan James. 100% a penalty. I don't give a shit what anybody says. That is 100% a penalty. The fact that we're not getting that is absolutely laughable. Any other team, and they're screaming from the rafters about it. Yes, he gets the ball. However, he goes over the top of the ball and absolutely halfway up Dan James's standing leg smashes him. There isn't any other way about it. It's a dangerous tackle, and for me, it's a red card. And we should have had a penalty, but we didn't. And then you've got everybody complaining about the ruled out goal. Bamford had a foot offside. How much he was involved in it, I don't know. For me, if he doesn't get involved with it and doesn't touch it, Anthony's goal stands. But he's doing what a striker is supposed to do, which is to get onto the ball. Dan James was very Dan Jamesy in this game. You could clearly see that a couple of the players were quite fatigued. Camara was fantastic first half, not as good in the second half, a little bit ineffective. Rutter was on his arse probably within the 60th minute. Firpo, meh. Cooper just hasn't got the legs anymore for me. He got dusted a couple of times. You could see it happen, although he did have that one fantastic clearance off of the line, which is a good thing. So overall, it kind of evens itself about. I think we come away with the point. You dust yourself off and you get on with it. Now, the next thing that I just want to talk about, I'm going to the Swansea game on Wednesday as well, by the way. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. I think it should be a good match, and one that I'm confident about as long as we play really, really well. And Peru needs to start getting more involved in games. He can't keep having a game where he's involved and then a game where he's not involved and drifts in and out. It's my criticism of Peru. And I'd like to see Farke start to make substitutions at the right time. 70 minutes was a little bit too late for me. For me, the substitution should have been made on 60, 65 minutes and give them enough time as possible to kind of make a change within the game and try to do something to make it kind of right. Rodon didn't have the best game either. But anyways, the thing that gets me, it's the same thing that all Leeds fans do, and I'm as guilty as the next man for doing this, and everybody does it to a certain degree, and it's, like I said, it's infuriating, but it's one of those things. We still pick up a point away from home. We're still unbeaten. So these are, try to take the positives out of it. And the next few games are substantial. So that's the next few games running up. We need to be trying to get as many points as is humanly possible moving forwards. We want that automatic promotion slot if we can. If we can't, then we keep playing to secure our playoff place and hopefully go up through the playoffs. All the Leeds fans get a day out at Wembley. Fantastic. Everybody's really, really happy. But there is this penchant, for fans to act like the whole world has collapsed in, that's it, that's the end of the season. We're not, do you know what I mean? I get people are frustrated. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Be frustrated. Vent your anger. But just stop it. Stop it. It's not at crunch time yet, where we're halfway through the Christmas period, which is notoriously bad for us anyways. Halfway through the Christmas period, and everybody else is absolutely screaming and running away from it. And it's like, yeah, Leicester won again today. This is Saturday when I'm filming this. I don't give a shit about Leicester. The team that I give a shit about at the moment is Ipswich. That's who I care about. That's who we've got to be hunting down. That's who we've got to be moving forwards on. That's it. That's all that I keep. That's as long as we are chipping away and moving forwards to them. There's going to be some steps forward. There's going to be some steps back. It's just life. The Christmas period is really, really going to sort the wheat from the chaff. And the funny thing is that I don't think a lot of people are talking about, Leicester are going to lose a hell of a lot of players for the African Cup of Nations. So it's going to be interesting how they manage that and how they do with that. But again, for me, my target is Ipswich. That's what the team need to be looking at. Don't look at the team 2 places above you. It's Ipswich. That's who we're hunting down at the moment. There will be steps forward. There will be steps backwards. But like the saying goes, it's marching on together. That's what it's supposed to be. Just try and support the lads as best as you can. I get it. Vent your spleen. Be angry about stuff. That's fine. but don't be overly dramatic about it. You can say the performance was dog shit. It was dog shit. But move on. Just move on. Tomorrow's another day. And we will be there or thereabouts at the end of the season. I have no qualms in saying that whatsoever at all. That's going to do it for this one, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please don't forget to click the like button. If you're new to the channel, please also don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. If you agree with what I said or if you completely disagree with what I said, all opinions are welcome. And yeah, we'll talk to you on the next one. Thank you for stopping by. I really do appreciate it. Take care. Cheers.